Welcome to another Empires and Puzzles Books video. Today we're going to be talking about maximizing Ranvir and Wukong. So this is actually a repost of this video because the original version had some bad math in it, and I corrected that math. The logic was sound, but the math was bad. So this video has both the sound logic and the sound math. Why are we talking about them today? Well, I think it's important to discuss them as I often see players not using them to their full potential or not using them at all. Sometimes I think players outright discount them because of the fear of the negative accuracy that they put on their team. Typically, when players do talk about Wukong or Ranvir, one of the first thing that comes up is their Titan potential. They do have the ability to push up Titan scores, and they are a great addition to Titan teams. They do have other uses, which we'll get to in a bit. For now, I want to talk about the best use of them on a Titan, as I often see players advise fire them after other specials. I see that advice often, and it is terrible advice in my opinion. The advice is well intentioned, as they realize that Ranvir and Wu have a negative impact on accuracy, and they do not want their specials to miss the target. However, that means the benefits of the massive attack boost are also missed. I recommend firing Wukong and Ranvir after elemental defense down and regular defense down and before other specials. Why? Because Ru and Ranvir also boost special damage. I fire them after the defense downs because I do not want to risk the defense downs missing the target. I absolutely want to get those defense downs in play. For the rest of the specials, the boost to specials, average over the use of the hero, is well worth the risk of the occasional miss. Let's look at an example with Magni, with and without Ranvir. So Magni's attack stat is 793. And he does 420% damage for a total attack output of 3,330.6. Let's say we fire him 3 times. That total is 9,991.8. Now let's fire Ranvir first. Magni's attack is now 2,339. That is a massive increase. So we take that new attack number of the 2,339 and times that by the 420% damage that Magni inflicts, we come up with a new total of 9,825. If we fire him 3 times, the total attack output jumps to 29,475. Now Ranvir does miss 35% of the time, so when we add in the 65% of the time that he would hit, the total comes to 19,159. Comparing those two attack outputs, would you rather have the 9,991 or the 19,159? That outgoing attack power is before troops are added, of course. That is a big difference in numbers and well worth the occasional miss because when he hits, it's going to be so much harder. Because unlike Tarlak and Mickey, Wu and Ranvir also boost the special damage. Now, comparing Wu and Ranvir to Mickey and Tarlak, it's important to note that they also boost special damage. Notice the language on Mickey and Tarlak's card says that the boost applies to the normal attack. That word normal is key. That means it's only tile of damage on offense and the slash attack on defense. Now let's look at the language on Wu and Ranvir card. It's just an attack boost, period, which means it applies equally to specials and tiles and slash attack. So everything gets the boost. Now let's compare Mickey to Ranvir for tile damage on a Titan. To keep the math simple, let's say the total attack from a single tile before adding troops and buffs is 500. If we send up 20 tiles, that is a total attack of 10,000. When we apply Mickey's special, that gets boosted 230% for a total of 23,000. When we add Ranvir, he would boost the attack 295% for a total of 29,500. Factoring his 35% miss rate, that drops down to 19,175. The difference between the two is 3,825, or about 16.5%. That is a significant number, but remember that Ranvir will also put up some damage from his direct attack. Now, on the other hand, Mickey silences the Titan for 4 turns, which can be very helpful for some teams. That is why we hear players prefer Mickey, along with the fact that some do not like the gamble of misses with Ranvir. And I get that, but the reality is Ranvir's power over time far negates the occasional misses. I know some people are going to be posting in the comments, when I've used Ranvir, he misses 90% of the time, blah, blah, blah. If you're not actually documenting it and recording it over a period of several attacks, it's not solid statistical evidence. One point of reference does not make statistics. Document them 10, 20, 30, 40 times, and you will see that the average comes out to the stated math. As mono teams have a massive attack multiplier for the attack stat, I use Ranvir on my holy team when attacking Titans. I use Tarlak on the nature team, and I use Mickey on the other 3 teams. Another phrase I often hear is Wu doesn't belong on defense team, and likewise Ranvir. Are you kidding me? I don't get this at all. I'm not sure where that phrase came from or why some players keep sharing it, but objective data paints a very different picture of Wukong on defense. So, fact number 1. Wukong is on 10% of 4-star raid tournament top 5 defense teams. That's a fact. Out of the 85 4-star heroes currently available, only 16 show up more often in the top 5. I suspect that number would be significantly higher if there were less naysayers claiming that Wu should not be on the defense team. I suspect the bad press could very well be holding back Wu's true tournament potential. Fact number 2. Wukong shows up most often in bloody battles, but he also shows up equally in buff boosters and rush attacks. Wukong is very versatile on defense. So fact number 3, after I started analyzing Wukong, I ran Wu as my tank in the last 4-star Bloody Battle No Dark event. Bloody Battle, so there's no healing, no resurrecting. You want maximum damage as quickly as possible. I had Wu on my tank. There's no dark, so that made him even stronger. I had solid A defense all week, and I don't have any emblems on my Wukong. Wukong kicks butt on defense, period. I suspect since there is a much larger volume of 5-star heroes, plus the negative press against Ranvir and Wukong has probably limited the use of Ranvir in the 5-star tournaments. I know I'm personally planning on experimenting more with Ranvir outside of Titans, as I think there is an untapped potential in this hero. So I hope this video has helped, and hope it has given you a reason to reconsider these 2 heroes, or if you are using them, reconsider how you're using them. Don't throw away that huge attack boost on the specials because you're too worried about a special missing. Over time, it's going to pay serious dividends. As always, questions, comments, concerns, throw them in the comments. Let's debate these heroes. What do you think?